Well, hey guys, get excited because I've got a Dollar Tree haul to share with you all. I went in there, it was very crowded, and I thought to myself, you know what, I'm just gonna buy some stuff that I've been wanting to try out. It had some new things that I got really excited about. Saw this, and I think I've seen it in there before, but they got more of it back in stock. Can you guys see that? It's the Global Beauty Care Retinol. And it's interesting. It's this biphasic double serum. Refines skin texture, refines skin tone and texture with peptides. It's fragrance-free, sea buckthorn oil in it. Sea buckthorn oil is rich in both antioxidants and fatty acids, otherwise known as Hippophae raminoides fruit oil. It has retinol, OL. So retinol applied topically, your skin has to convert it to the active form. That takes 2 steps, but it can happen. Over time, it compacts the outermost layer, the stratum corneum, to smooth the skin surface. It also helps to get rid of discoloration. It improves the production of collagen, thickening the skin and decreasing wrinkle depth. It has anti-inflammatory benefits, and it also helps over time to improve the microvasculature, improving blood flow and the delivery of oxygen and nutrients. And it can normalize the maturation rate of the epidermis so that you don't get this kind of heaped up, dry, dull, rough skin texture. The caveat being, it's a cosmetic ingredient, okay? So it can't claim to treat any kind of disease, but it can just say things like improve the appearance of. That being said, there is data that it does help to do many things like improve collagen production. So this is interesting. It says it has a peptide. It sure does, a subtle hexapeptide aid. That, ladies and gentlemen, is argireline, the peptide that is frequently marketed as Botox in a bottle. Y'all, if one more person tries to claim that something is like Botox or and it's not a neuromodulator that is being injected by a professional, they need to just stop, because you're not going to put anything on the skin that's going to get to the neuromuscular junction just in the area that you want, okay, to inhibit the contraction and decreased dynamic wrinkles. But what acetylhexapeptide has been shown to do, to its credit, when applied topically, is to diminish the appearance of crow's feet. So, okay, cool. I don't know why we can't stop there. Why can't we stop there? Diminish the appearance of crow's feet. Like, why do we have to make these claims of Botox in a bottle? You guys are like, Dollar Tree's not making that claim. Global Beauty Care is not making that claim. So I had to give this a try. It's it's 2 phases, right? Like, can you guys see there's like a little lavender here, and then there's I don't know, is that more bluish? It says to use, shake well to mix immediately before use. Apply to clean, slightly damp skin and pat until absorbed. Use morning or night. So they're implying that the retinol in this is stable in the presence of light. I mean, it's a clear, colorless bottle, so I assume light is getting through here. And what else? Does it have another peptide in it? In addition to argireline, though, this also has dipeptide diaminobutyryl benzolamide diacetate, which, if you're in the know, you already know. Okay, and if you're not, don't worry, because I was like, wait a minute, I've seen that before. What is it? It's snake! Another Botox-like peptide that allegedly, works at the level of the neuromuscular junction at any rate. Also has been shown to improve wrinkles. Now, to use this, it says to shake it up before applying. Apply to clean skin. And I'm thinking it's going to be really emollient with that. Oh, it turns purple. This is kind of cool. I'm thinking it's going to be real emollient with that sea buckthorn oil. Let's just put a couple of drops here on the backs of the hands. Why not? Why not? It's not, though. It's not like real oily. I was thinking it was going to feel oily. Maybe it's got kind of a watery texture to it. No fragrance. It has a slight silicone slip feel to it. Okay. It's good within 6 months. So there's that. Now, speaking of Global Beauty Care, they got, I think these are new. I can't remember. They're either new or they got them back in stock. This light pink line. So let's talk about the Glowing Vitamin C Facial Serum. Yeah, vitamin C serum. You guys know I'm not a vitamin C serum enthusiast, because when you hear vitamin C serum, you know what you should say? What form of vitamin C? If it's not ascorbic acid, then I would not pull over on the side of the road and start, you know, waving a poster board, cheering it on or anything, okay? Fine if it's in there, all right, these other forms, but don't expect much. Ascorbic acid is what is meant by vitamin C, as far as like, that's where the research is. The alternatives are like, problem with ascorbic acid is it's not the most stable ingredient, and so formulation really matters, and I find it irritating, although I did get along really well with the Neutrogena collagen bank vitamin C serum, and it has that jazzy micropeptide. But what is Global Beauty Care offering in this? Well, we're getting the form of vitamin C is in fact ascorbic acid. Now, the other thing I find with ascorbic acid is that it kind of can turn your skin orange sometimes, and it has that funky Frito kind of aroma on the skin, that sunless tanner crispiness, you know what I mean? So in addition to the ascorbic acid, this also has niacinamide, which is going to be doing a lot of heavy lifting in this. Let's face it, okay? Good for redness, anti-inflammatory, good for the moisture barrier, and it's also really good for hyperpigmentation. And it's one of the few cosmetic ingredients examined and shown to be helpful for reducing sallowness due to glycation, otherwise known as skin yellowing. Lots of perks to using niacinamide. And this also intrigued me because it's got lactic acid in it, which is wonderful for both hydrating and gently exfoliating the skin. Very good ingredient if you have keratosis pilaris. This is also fragrance-free like the other one. Comes in a dropper bottle. Let's see here. Now, the ascorbic acid, let's talk about that a minute. Because as far as getting it has to be stable, and it has to be formulated in a way to penetrate. Otherwise, it's like just a cash grab. Vitamin C is like one of the most highly sought after skincare products. So if you're a skincare brand, you have to have one. Come on in here. Let's test the texture here. This one's looking a little viscous here. Oh yeah, this one's got a little grip to it. Yeah, this one, it's got that hyaluronic acid. It feels wet and slippery. In contrast to the other serum, less of that silicone slip feel, more of a damp feel, but then a thin film on the surface of the skin. Kind of dries down a little tacky finish on that one. This, I'm thinking, is going to be good for dry, rough skin texture. And we'll say the ascorbic acid is going to be a wing and a prayer. So we got that. Then also from Global Beauty Care, we got the Glowing Vitamin C Cream. I thought, well, let's see what the double stack is like. We have a fluid, thin, watery serum, and presumably this is going to be a cream. You could probably layer them on top of each other, because why not sell two products instead of just one? Am I right? Get on in there. Yeah, I'm crack-a-lacking on into this with a key. We got, what do we have here, y'all? Glowing Vitamin C. Now, it's got niacinamide. I'm telling you, niacinamide is carrying the cosmetic skincare industry. Like, we finally got jazz and excitement over ectoin as an ingredient that I think shows a lot of promise, right? Like, that's one. But lately, you know, these ingredients that get trendy, it's just like, 70% of the time, if something's popular at the moment as far as skincare, it's popular solely because of some eye-catching feature about it that is grabbing people's attention over on TikTok. So what we have here is a small jar. You know, I forgot to tell you guys, I got all of this stuff. I'll tell you my total at the end, but it was less than what I typically buy, what I would consider an affordable serum from the drugstore. So, but I'm thinking the value overall here is pretty good. This is a small jar though. You got to be careful because sometimes when it comes to Dollar Tree, you know, you're like, you think you're getting a good deal, but it's a small little jar, and then it's like, I could have gotten a bigger jar for less. Ooh, just on first impression, just looking, not touching, looking. I'm going to touch, don't worry. But I'm really liking the look of this texture because it is giving lightweight gel. This is straight up gel cream, okay? Straight up gel cream. So this is a fragrance-free formula like the serum. It has a niacinamide in it. It's got, I believe, lactic acid as well because it says AHA on it. Oh, this one's got glycolic acid. Glycolic and lactic. Does the serum have glycolic too? And I was just asleep at the wheel. The serum did not have glycolic. I don't know. That's the difference. They snuck in a little glycolic into the cream, which is great for also rough and bumpy skin and hydrating and gently exfoliating over time, and good for hyperpigmentation along with the ascorbic acid and the niacinamide. This line is meant for people who have dry, rough skin, maybe some hyperpigmentation. It's really targeting those things. And I'm thinking, I'm not going to put this on my face because I don't want to mess up my sunscreen with a moisturizer. Ooh, now I like the texture of that, just on the back of my arm here. No fragrance, love it. All right, cool. I'm thinking of those two. The one to really lean into, which surprised me, is this, because I like the texture of this. It doesn't have a sticky finish, and it's a nice lightweight gel cream. So I think if you have oilier skin, you get along with this one, just on arm test, okay? So take it with a grain of salt. But we've talked about what it's supposed to do. We've talked about the ingredients, and we've gotten a little taste of what it feels like. Now, y'all, I don't know. I saw this and I thought either that is a skincare product or it's some kind of candy. And it's the Cherry Sparkle. And at first I was like, what in the umbop is that? But I had to take a step back, check my ego at the door, because the ingredient list was calling to me. It's got ceramides, cool. It's fragrance free as far as I can tell. Oh, no, it's not. See, this is what jacked me up in there, is the fact that it was busy in there. And they make it hard to read these ingredients on here because it's clear, it's colorless, but so it's kind of hard to read the words, but it does have fragrance. Okay, it's got ceramides, and it's also got liquid paraffin, isododecane, so a silicone and a mineral oil. That's going to be pretty moisturizing. Copper tripeptide 1. So copper tripeptide 1, check out my video on copper peptides. It shows promise for wound healing, for having anti-inflammatory benefits. At any rate, probably improves water retention. So this is something to apply after cleansing, just a few drops of it to a clean cotton pad and swipe gently across the skin in an upward motion and across the nose, avoiding the eye area. Ooh. All right. So we got, let's take off the, it doesn't, did it say anything about shaking? Because it's definitely got a little cap here. I kind of feel like we should shake it. Ooh. All right. Yeah, you do get a vanilla and cherry scent. See, I don't know why I was surprised fragrance, because it clearly says on the front, vanilla cherry scent. All right, bubble pop. Whoa. Y'all, I obviously cannot speak to the performance of this, but I'm just going to say this right here. I guarantee no one watching this wants to use that, because it smells like some sort of a toy you would buy a small child. This is for the tweens out there who want to play around with skincare, because the ingredients are not anything that's going to be harmful aside from fragrance, which they could become allergic to. But I think this is something my kid would like. Why I bought it? Well, you know, I'm basically a child stuck in an adult body, mentality-wise. Puella eterni. Y'all. Now, what in the flip mode is this? I did not buy this. This just appeared in my bag. I have no clue what that is. Yikes. It is a spray bottle. Well, I know what it is. It's a spray bottle filled with a mystery fluid. Bonus round. I don't know. I think the checkout lady must have had that on her checkout line, and maybe it accidentally got stuck in there. I'll have to take that back in and ask her if that's hers. Now, as if the toner was not enough, I had to buy the Berry Glowy. This looked interesting because, yeah, it's scented, probably smells exactly the same. I like that it's in this little pouch. This has tea tree oil in it, which actually does show promise not only for acne, but also for seborrheic dermatitis and for psoriasis. The problem with it is that, especially if you go to like the health food store and you just pick up tea tree essential oil, it's a mixed bag, you guys. You never know what you're going to get, and you can't predict what's going to happen to you. It could be miraculous healing, or it could be a face full of blisters. You don't ever want to put essential oils, regardless, directly on your skin. It can be quite intense. And they have other stuff in them that can oxidize, especially, and become very irritating or cause allergies. In a skincare product, you know, it's a less of an issue, but it's still can happen. This has glycolic acid in it as well, which is good for hydrating and gently exfoliating. So I got this tween skincare. I don't even know. Like, move over Claire's, why I had to have Berry Glowy and Cherry Sparkle. No wonder that woman threw in the bottle of water in the spray bottle. She's like, you're going to need this. I can tell. You're going to need this more than I am. All right. And then, now I mentioned this in like last weekend's vlog, but you guys need to circle on in, huddle on in. And that is, please do not be afraid of sulfates in shampoos, okay? They are good scalp cleansing reagents, okay? And a lot of people feel like they have to abandon them because some advertisement told them that, and it's a really popular thing, and sure, maybe you don't get along with them, fine, in which case avoid. But honestly, if you have a lot of buildup in particular, if you have an oily scalp, I mean, even if you have a dry scalp, there's nothing about sulfates in shampoos that is off the table. I had to get this because VO5 I really like. Aside from the fact that it's got methyl chloroisothiazolinone in it and methyl isothiazolinone. Those are two preservatives that commonly you can be allergic to. They're common allergens. See, the whole paraben-free phobia nonsense, that's what we're left with. Brands formulating products with the thiazolinones, which are much riskier than parabens ever were. Parabens are like the safest preservative, very effective. And preservatives are a good thing, okay? We don't want funky McCunky going on in the shampoo. I was attracted to these because I know I like VO5, and of course I had to get the matching conditioner here. Niacinamide in the shampoo, good for calming down redness, helping with scalp moisturizing. But as a reminder, this is for scalp cleansing. This is for hair strand manageability. Conditioners are not scalp moisturizers, okay? Just keep that in mind, because I think a lot of people are under the impression that that's what they're for, and they're not. The conditioner also has thiazolinones in it. Had to have that because I like anything passion fruit, and I know I like VO5. Then last but not least, You guys know I love Aveeno, but look who's back. Yeah, Extra Care does not mess around. Extra Care does not mess around. There's no thiazolinones in this. Okay, we got good old-fashioned parabens. Keep this fungus and funk free. Thank you very much. Mineral oil, petrolatum, oat kernel protein. So oats are really good for atopic dermatitis. They have anti-inflammatory compounds known as avenanthramides. They're rich in humectants. They also kind of provide this protective barrier on the skin a bit, so they help with the barrier issues in people with atopic dermatitis. Petroleum jelly and mineral oil, excellent moisturizers for, honestly, you could use this on the face, all right? They're not pore clogging ingredients, and yeah, they're gonna feel a little heavy, okay, on the face, but you can use this on the face. Also has glycerin, which is hydrating. Let's give her a squeegee here. Ah, not mad at that. Look at me, I just did skin flooding. I did like 3 serums on my hand, and now I covered with a moisturizer. That's skin flooding right there. I like that. I didn't want to run the air conditioning in here because it makes that whirring sound that I feel like has to be annoying for you guys, but I'm getting a little room temperature, we'll say. That's nice. That has a nice glide on the skin. I will definitely burn through that really fast. We got some good stuff, all right? All of that. You want to know how much I paid for all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 products? $10.83. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. Dollar Tree, I'm telling you, they've got a good skincare selection in there. Now, on the end slate, I'm going to link up my last Dollar Tree shopping video if you want to see what all is new in there. Like, they have a bunch of new Drunk Elephant dupes. I didn't see anything in there, aside from what I brought out today, that was any different from what was in there the last time we were in there together. But if you want to watch that one, it'll be on the end slate. But if you like this one, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye!